Welcome back, Bio Warriors. This is episode 14 of our daily biology podcast. Today, we are wrapping up our 5-kingdom classification journey in one power-packed 5-minute revision. In this episode, we will review all the kingdoms we studied in episodes 11, 12, and 13 from Monera to Animalia, helping you connect the dots and remember the key points for NEET. Let's speed up your recall, sharpen your memory, and get you exam ready. Let's start with Monera, the kingdom of prokaryotic unicellular organisms. They have no true nucleus and their DNA is free-floating. Examples include bacteria and cyanobacteria. They can make their own food like autotrophic blue-green algae or depend on others like heterotrophic bacteria. They reproduce mainly by binary fission. Simple structure but a massive impact on ecosystems and human life. Now let's talk about Protista. Protista are eukaryotic organisms mostly unicellular but with a true nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. They live in aquatic or moist environments. Examples include amoeba, Paramecium, euglena, and algae. They show incredible variety in nutrition. Some like algae are autotrophic, others like amoeba are heterotrophic, and euglena can switch between the two. They reproduce mainly asexually but some also have sexual reproduction stages. This kingdom is like the bridge between simple and complex life. Now let's talk about fungi. Fungi are eukaryotic organisms that are mostly multicellular with the exception of yeast, which is unicellular. They are heterotrophic and obtain their food by absorbing nutrients from organic matter. Some act as decomposers feeding on dead material, others are parasitic, and a few form mutual partnerships with plants. Their cell walls are made of chitin and they reproduce both sexually and asexually through spores. Common examples include mushrooms, bread mold, and yeast. Now let's talk about Plantae. Plantae are eukaryotic and multicellular organisms that produce their own food through photosynthesis. Their cell walls are made of cellulose, giving them strength and structure. They show tissue and organ-level organization and are primary producers in every ecosystem. Examples include flowering plants like mango trees, water plants like lotus, and non-flowering plants like ferns. They reproduce through both asexual methods like vegetative propagation and sexual reproduction involving seeds or spores. Now let's talk about Animalia. Animalia are eukaryotic multicellular organisms that depend on other organisms for food, making them heterotrophic. They lack a cell wall and have specialized tissues, organs, and complex organ systems. Most animals are capable of movement at some stage of their life cycle. They show incredible diversity from tiny insects to large mammals like lions. Reproduction is usually sexual, ensuring genetic variation and adaptability. Examples include humans, birds, fishes, and countless more across land, air, and water. Here's your one-glance guide to the 5 kingdoms. Monera are prokaryotic, unicellular organisms, with a peptidoglycan cell wall and show both autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Protista are eukaryotic and mostly unicellular, often motile with varied nutrition. Fungi are eukaryotic, multicellular or unicellular heterotrophs, with chitin cell walls, feeding mostly by decomposition. Plantae are eukaryotic, multicellular, autotrophs, with cellulose cell walls and no movement. Animalia are eukaryotic, multicellular, heterotrophs, without cell walls, capable of movement. This table is your quick revision map before diving into deeper topics in the upcoming episodes. Alright, Bio Warriors, time to put your classification skills to the test. Here are 5 organisms: a mushroom, a bacterium, a tiger, a paramecium, and a sunflower. Your challenge is to match each one to its correct kingdom: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, or Animalia. Sounds easy, right? But remember, some organisms can surprise you. Pause if you need extra time and check your answers at the end. Here are the correct matches. First, mushroom goes to fungi with its heterotrophic mode of nutrition and chitin cell wall. Next, bacterium belongs to Monera as it's prokaryotic and unicellular. Next, tiger belongs to Animalia as it's heterotrophic and lacks a cell wall. Next, paramecium is a Protista eukaryotic unicellular organism. Lastly, sunflower is in Plantae as it's autotrophic and multicellular. Well done if you got them all correct. Comment hashtag I did it if you got this right. Great job, Bio Warriors! You've now revised the whole 5-kingdom classification journey from Monera to Animalia. In our next episode, we'll explore the tiny but powerful monerans. You'll learn about their cell structure, nutrition types, reproduction, and examples like bacteria, cyanobacteria, and archaea. We'll also see how monerans appear in NEET and finish with a challenge question to test your skills. Stay curious, check our daily NEET MCQs and PYQs playlists linked in the description, and join me in episode 15 for a deep dive into the Kingdom Monera. See you in the next episode.